going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Monday toe recap, and Bryson wins again, further validating his approach to add size, to add muscle, and to absolutely rip it off the tee. Taking on those tee shots. Again, I said it on Instagram, but if you weren't fired up as a golfer watching the fans, watching him get after it, you need to check yourself, man, because it was pretty cool. All right, whatever you think about Dechambeau himself, what he's doing is taking the game to a different level. He's applying as many different factors as possible, and he's winning. All right, so it's pretty cool to see, and it's pretty cool to learn from as well. And as a number of you have noticed, I have also added quite a bit of size over the last few months, kind of for different reasons. We've been in lockdown, so just been getting after it. But I'm now also integrating that into my own game, and we're kind of getting some similar results, all right? So what we want to look at today is exactly how to do that, is to how to build muscle, build size, and still rotate really well and build speed on the course as well. So we're going to have a look at an integrated approach, and this is something we're going to be focusing in on with the platform real soon, because we're going to be combining some fundamental traditional bodybuilding style movements with a golf specific approach, looking at different elements of fitness to not only improve your gains but allow them to be physical and technical, meaning your swing gets better and you get bigger. So it's a pretty good deal, guys. All right, this is going to be a golf kind of high intensity bodybuilding style, and we got some pretty cool things for you. All right, we're going to look through some simple movements today, some simple ideas, and we're going to put you up a full workout to check out as well. So, the first element of our integrated approach is going to be lifting weights. If we want to add muscle mass, if we want to build size, you have to create adaptation and stress within the system so the muscles can rebuild and add that growth. Okay, so we're going to take elements of fundamental bodybuilding, match them with some golf-specific aspects that are going to allow you to put these into your training, create the changes that you want to see, and benefit your golf game. Number one is going to be the single arm dumbbell bench press. Now, creating the asymmetry of working on one side of the body only really does help you to create some more core engagement and basically challenges the whole structure of your body to resist rotation. Now, as well as adding the stress to the muscle, to the joint that we're looking for that adaptation, you're then creating that added benefit for your game. And additionally to this, we're going to go into a pull movement, which is going to be the single arm dumbbell bent over row. Now here, maintain a neutral spine, get into a really good position before you engage the musculature. Obviously, the idea of push-pull is a simple way because the movements are going to complement each other. And a big thing when you are lifting weights, in terms of your overall performance, is to hit a full range of motion. Okay, the shorter the range of motion, the shorter the rep, the more likely you are to tighten the muscle, and that is that traditional idea of what weightlifting means. However, if we can work through the full range, you're going to see some incredible golf gains. The second phase of this approach is to increase your overall movement capacity. This will be mobility and flexibility, as well as control and muscle activation, which is what we're going to focus on here. So, exercise bands are an incredible way to activate the muscle and increase your awareness of that activation through the feedback they can give you, and we're going to look at a couple of things right here. So number one is going to be the switch stance torso rotation. Okay, so this takes into account speed, balance, and positioning whilst bringing in that rotational capacity. Okay, so once you have stabilized the feet, you're going to really turn the body against that lower half. The resistance of the band is going to engage all of the musculature and activate the core whilst we go through that rotational aspect. Okay, this is a great way to practice your overall motion, and it transfers directly to your golf swing. Also with the exercise bands, we can create additional end range function, basically that range of motion and that muscular activation through using traditional lifts, but with the exercise bands. Okay, we add the asymmetry in here and we see some really cool golf gains. Things like the lat pull down, the bicep curl, the tricep extension, and the banded face pull can all get into the musculature you need to create a really powerful, stable, and optimal movement pattern throughout your whole body. And if we're getting real, guys, you got to train for speed. You got to get after it, you got to swing hard, and you got to tell your body what you want it to do. Again, this is something that Bryson's talked about a lot, amping himself up. I mean, our crowd ain't quite the same around here in lockdown, but it's all good, right? I amp myself up. So basically getting fired up, trying to hit it as hard as you can. You do have to have consideration, obviously, direction. Right? You need to be able to keep it on the course, but training your body for speed, putting your system through those challenges is super important. Something I've been doing, we got obviously training on the mat, we got the super speed, which we're going to get into in a minute, but basically med ball slams, banded movements are awesome for your rotational patterns, for your sequence, and basically creating more speed through your overall movement pattern, but you got to train hard, you got to swing it hard, all right? So right now, you've seen me, I'm kind of following in a little bit. I've got that straight left arm, I'm stacking the body, we've got a wide stance. My feel right now is to put as much pressure into the ground as possible. I'm trying to use my mass because, let's be honest, I got a little thick over the last few months as well, so I'm kind of matching up on this. By putting the mass into the ground, creating that torque, and then using the ground and your mass, force times acceleration, all that kind of deal. Basically, if you can move fast and be bigger, it's a good deal, all right? So my rotational pattern's pretty good. You've got to allow yourself a system of movement that allows you to move the way that you need to. Okay, so for me, that means really letting the trail hit turn whilst engaging the ground and the glute. Big, wide turn. For me, I need my left shoulder to move as far as possible. Okay, I need to be patient, let the club set at the top and then down. Okay, and that transition is huge because my bad shot here, and I'll be able to do this plenty this year, I can guarantee you. We get back, we don't quite complete, we shoot, and I can hit a high push better than anybody you've seen, all right? And obviously with Bryson, ball speed numbers go up, your dispersion gets wider as well, okay? So to really deliver the power, be patient. You'll be fast at the right times. So that's what I'm going to try and show you right now. So we load up, we have that big, deep backswing, and then it's down, okay? That's a really important factor. Squat into transition, because as you go down here means up here. That's that snap speed. You got vertical, you got rotational, and then you got something going. Repetition's a big thing as well. I mean, you can essentially condition yourself just by hitting on drivers as much as possible. All right, so obviously it's going to be relative to your skill level, but if you work the pressures, the rotation, and get yourself in a good position, yeah, you can rip it and you can see some speed increases. So, I'm feeling pretty good. I do need to see outside to see where this ball is going. I need to get some TrackMan data as well. But obviously, we talked about this earlier on in terms of you have to build muscle if you want to gain size. If you can make it functional, that means playing golf, all right? If you're training, playing, keeping up on your mobility, basically your body adapts to what you ask it to do, all right? So if you go away, don't play golf for 6 months and come back with a totally different body, it's gonna feel pretty rough, all right? But if you're training, adding size, using a good program, and working the body into the patterns it needs to, it's gonna give you the results that you wanna see. And that's where I'm at right now. Obviously, Bryson's taking it to another level. He's got everything going for him in terms of support, his intention, his knowledge as well. You can't knock him on anything he's done because he's winning, all right? He is winning. And it's cool to train this way because it feels good, you look good, and you can play good. You can do things like he did at the weekend, all right? So, a couple more things we need to get into. One is nutrition. Like I said, if you're gonna train hard, you need to eat pretty good as well, all right? You cannot gain muscle, gain size, unless you're in a caloric surplus, all right? You can always get our nutritional document free in the app, so go ahead and get some of that. But basically, find the balance of carbs and fat that works for you, and always hit at least a gram of protein per body weight per day, okay? Most people kind of agree on that. It's pretty much a good standard to work on. So I'm weighing in about 225 right now. I'm at least 225 grams of protein a day, okay? And I like that. I found a really cool way to eat. That's why it's working out, guys, all right? So, train hard, eat hard, swing hard, and one last little factor that I've been using is Super Speed Golf, all right? Love these guys. You got different versions. One of my favorite right now is the C. This is the counterbalance version, upside down. And this is just overspeed training, all right? We've talked about these a little bit before. They're a huge part of what we do. It allows you to, again, stress the body in the way that it needs to be stressed, all right? You're gonna take it through that extended range of motion. You're gonna be able to add speed. Obviously, you've got different weights. This one's counterbalanced. You got lots of different options in terms of your training. And if you add this on to the additional mass, the lifting, the stability, the mobility, then you're working hard, then the results are gonna come, guys, all right? So, go ahead, get your hands on some super speed. But most of all, train hard, guys, all right? We got the new program coming out real soon. That is Thicc and Fast. It's kind of going to be my signature programs, what I've been doing for the last few months, where I've added about 10 kilos, pretty decent weight, you know, fluctuates around, but my swing's faster than ever, my body's feeling good, and man, it's good fun as well, all right? So it's going to be a challenging program. Look out for that. Download the app. It's going to be in there real soon, and make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends if you all want to get thick, play some awesome golf together.